Are you one of the 75% of contractors whose financial statements are inaccurate? Find out. Click on the link in the show notes and you'll get a free P&L and balance sheet check.
This is Contractor Sense with Ruth King.
Welcome to Contractor Sense. Here you discover ideas, tactics, news, and information that matters to your contracting business and you. I'm your host, Ruth King. This episode is sponsored by Financially Fit Business. Get the business tool that makes your financial statements come alive and turn data into impactful graphs that help you see what is going on with your business. Go to www.financiallyfit.business and get started today. Thanks for joining us. Here is how we will help your business and you. Last session, we did part one of the maintenance service call process. And Roger Daviston, who is my guest, is really good at training techs. But Roger, first of all, welcome back to Contractor Sense. I'm kind of getting into this.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Appreciate you.
I just want to dive into it after what we talked about last time.
I do too. These things are really short.
Yeah, I know. But we want everybody to get one concept per session. And I think the concept we wanted everybody to get, well, there were two last time. Number one, owners are responsible for making the change. And they can't say, we're going to try this, we're going to do this, in the reasonable amount of time so that everybody understands that it may not be, snap of the fingers and done. And we've talked about part one of the process itself. It's the expectations and setting the expectations at the front door.
Yes.
All right. So now let's dive in.
Okay.
We've now done that. Mrs. Jones was letting John, and we're using fictitious names here, do his work. So his work now, how do we make sure all the techs do their maintenance the same way?
Boy, that's a really good question. And that's just on the service manager. The service manager's got to have systems of accountability in place for that. Everybody does it a little bit different. My expertise is not there, okay, because I wasn't a technician, but everybody needs to have a process that everybody follows. And that goes right back to the first segment we did. The service manager has to set the expectation, and he's got to have a system in place to ensure his process is followed. And if it's not followed, there has to be difficult conversations, expectations, and accountability.
Yeah.
Just that simple.
It's simple, but it's not.
Tell me more.
How about it's simple, but not easy? How's that?
Well, it's people are afraid to have difficult conversations, I think. We just need to, expect people to do things when they don't. We have to talk to them.
Yeah, and if you don't and you sweep it under the rug, it only gets worse.
Yeah.
As we've found out. All right, so the owner or the service manager, somebody gives everybody the process of how it's supposed to get done. All right, so the tech is doing the maintenance process, and he comes back, and let's say that there's a weak contact or a weak capacitor, or the motor is not amping properly, or there's something wrong, but the system's still working. All right, so you come back to the customer at that particular point, and what do you say?
This is good. Let me back up just one piece, because this is where technicians have to learn this skill. It's really hard. But as you're doing your maintenance and as you're finding issues, it isn't time to bring it up. You got to keep all that with you. When you have the proper time to bring it up is when you've done your entire maintenance. Don't find something and go run and tell somebody. Get it all done and get in your head what's wrong or the things that you're concerned about. System's working fine, but let's say in this particular case, back up. We call that "don't spill your candy in the lobby." That's a David Sandler saying.
Yes.
I learned that in the Sandler Selling Institute way back 35 years ago. So
we are dating ourselves, Roger.
Yeah, so we don't want to spill our candy in the lobby like David Sandler taught us. It's real easy to do. I've done it myself, and I've done it even when I know better. It's hard. We just want to help people too fast. We gotta be less invested and care just a little bit less. We care, but we just need to back up, not be so quick to fix. Now, so when you find some issues, you got a bridge. It's a bridge, and it's very respectful. And here's what it is. Your system's working fine. There's nothing broken. But I do have a concern with the condensing fan motor
Or whatever.
or whatever. And my concern is that you may have a breakdown in the future because of X, Y, and Z. Let me ask you a question. Do you want to be proactive while I'm here, or do you want to wait till you have a breakdown and fix it? Help me. What would you like to do? So the weight of the responsibility is on them, not me.
Yeah, because they can decide which way they want to go.
Right. Yeah. And about half the people, or maybe over half, want to be proactive. So they go, well, how much is it to fix it? And I say, well, that's a good question. Let me put together some options. Give me 5 or 10 minutes and we'll put together some options. We can go over all those and you can decide which one's best for you, or we can just forget it. Sure, you're the boss. Tell me what to do. And they'll give you 5 minutes.
And so you go put it together and you present it back to the customer. Now,
Right.
When you're doing this, it's so counterintuitive to what most techs say, because they're like, okay, this is what's going wrong. You know, they don't even do it from a concern perspective. They just say, okay, here's what I'm seeing.
Mhm. Yeah.
You want to fix it or not?
Yeah. Okay. So we teach them, this is a script that I write. And we get them to learn the script, but we get them to execute it organically. We want it to be their voice, not my voice. But we give them the script so they can cover all the points. And I used to not do it that way. And I'd say, here are the things we need to make sure we do. Write your own script. Nobody would, and they never got it right. So here we need to learn this script and then make it your voice. So I changed my thoughts on that.
Yeah, because they don't know the words to say.
They know. Mm-mm.
And it's helpful if you give them the words to say. Okay, so for all intents and purposes, it's not all intents and purposes, but what we're doing is we're helping the customer, and I think taking the pressure off the customers, because we're more than once you've said, you tell us what you want to do. It's not like,
Ruth, what I do is I teach a really simple skill of motivational interviewing. And the heart of motivational interviewing is we partner with the client and we are accepting of the client. We have confidence in their ability to make the best choice of themselves. We respect their autonomy to choose. We always are empathetic and we affirm them. And we try to be compassionate and we try to help them come out, help them come up with the right decision. It's in them. We just got to help them do it. We really try to stay unbiased. Fine if you do, fine if you don't. This is what I see. I don't know what you value. Tell me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So that works really well. All right, we're about to take a break. So give everybody your phone number if they want to get in touch with you again.
Okay, 205-837-3643. Shoot me a text message and we'll have a conversation. I'd love to talk to you.
Sounds great. And we'll be right back. Thanks for listening to Contractor Sense.
Imagine you had total freedom. You didn't have to worry about money. You didn't have to be a slave to your business. The words, I can't, are eliminated from your vocabulary. What if you could do what you want to do, whenever you want to do it? A financially fit business could give you that freedom. How? By knowing what your financial statements are telling you and taking action based on what they say. You can do this in less than 10 minutes a month, at an investment of less than taking your family out to dinner once a month. And if your financial statements are a mess, you can get help. Go to www.financiallyfit.business or click on the QR code below to get started today.
We're back. Thanks for listening to Contractor Sense. I am talking with Roger Daviston, and we are talking about the maintenance service call process. And it could be any service call process, really. It doesn't have to be maintenance, right?
That's right. But maintenance is the difference between maintenance and something that's broken as service call is. In maintenance, it's really important to ask for permission to go into a presentation. So if you're on maintenance, hey, would you want to be proactive or wait till it breaks? And they go, well, how much is it to be proactive? Good question. Let me put together some options. The mistake that is made sometimes is, hey, you got an issue with X, Y, and Z. I've got some options to go over that now, and here they are. You don't do that. That does work well. Your conversion rate gonna be a lot lower because you're not respecting their autonomy and you're not unbiased.
Absolutely. All right. So during the break, we talked about something that you want to bring up to everybody about being on Dateline.
Oh, yeah, this was a really interesting call. So I was doing a ride along with a client, and we were in downtown area in a high-rise condo, and these condos are probably million or 2, very nice. The building has a chiller system, and the condos have their own air handler, and then my client does the maintenance on the air handlers. And they have seen um, issues with the air handler because the wiring is weird. It's like a rat's nest, and it's just new construction. It wasn't done very well, and there are components in there that break, catch on fire, and there's a big repair. So it's a reliability issue, and we've seen this many times. So we go into the home and we're doing the maintenance, and we do our great. Hey, we're here to make sure it doesn't break. We're looking for things this. If we find anything, what we'd like to do is bring it to your attention, and you could tell us, what you want to do, if anything. And so we know what we're going to find because we go in these things all the time. But we look and we tell everything's working fine, but we want to bring up this issue that other people are having. This is what can happen. We want to let you know about it. The question is do you want to leave it like it is? Wait to see if you have an issue, or would you like to be proactive? And she said, I don't know. Every time y'all come here, it seems to me like you're just looking for problems. And it's kind of like this ought to be a show on Dateline. Now, the technician was stuck, and I was glad I was there because I said, you're right. We are looking for things because our identity is we keep things from breaking. This is something that we see it a lot. It's our responsibility to bring it to your attention, and it's your responsibility to let us know what you wanna do. If you wanna wait, that's fine with us. If you wanna be proactive, that's fine with us, but it's not our decision, it's your decision. And if we left here and didn't bring this to your attention and you had a problem, it'd be our responsibility, but now it's not, it's yours. So just tell us what you wanna do.
What'd she say?
I'll just leave it like it is. I said,
Which is
"That's great. Maybe it won't break." We went across the hall, already done this proactive repair on one of his air handlers, and Ruth, this is $5,000 when nothing's broken.
Mhm.
That's pretty good. We go over there, do our greet. We know the guy. He's already given us $5,000. He trusts us. He's happy. We did the maintenance, and after we finished, we said, "Hey, you still got this issue with this one. What do you want to do?" And he said, "Let's go ahead and take care of this one too." These people got money. And we said, "That's interesting. We were just across the hall at your neighbor's, and she just, we told him what she did." He said, "Don't mind her. She don't fix nothing." So see, here's the deal. Some people are just let them be who they are.
Yeah.
But we're just doing our job. We have a really good identity. We don't fix stuff that breaks. We keep it from breaking if that's important and valuable to you. It wasn't valuable to her, but what she was trying to do was accuse us of being scammers,
Mhm.
and we're not.
No, you're
So
absolutely not.
I like to think of it like this. I mean, an honest answer is like a kiss on the lips. We were just dead honest with her.
Yeah, and you need to be, always.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, anyway, all right, so we've done that. They've come back and they've said, "Okay, we want to do X, Y, and Z," or like this person who doesn't fix anything, we're done. So, do you walk out the door at that point? I mean, what's the close?
Oh, well, no, we don't ever walk out the door. It's like the presentation is like, listen, I'm going to show you 5 choices here. The bottom option takes care of my main concern. As you go up, I'm going to do some other things that make this system more reliable. And you wouldn't want to pick the top choice unless you really want this thing as best as I can get it. Okay. And if you choose the top option, I'm going to take care of my main concern. I'm also going to do this and this and this and this. And all those things, Ruth, are just things that enhance the system and make
Sure.
it more reliable. There's some things that you think, you kind of got to go into order what you think. And then you just show it, say the top options, $1,800, but we've got, all these other choices, and you try to let them look at it, give it to them, say, tell us what to do. What would you like to do? And then you just shut up.
Yeah, and let them tell you what they want to do, all right? And let's assume they don't want to do anything. No, if they want to do something, obviously you go and fix it. But if they don't want to do anything, you say, okay, that's perfectly, great. Do you walk out the door at that point? Or I mean, what's the close? What's the get out of the customer's home?
If they tell me they don't want to do anything, I'm gonna allow them to do that, okay? And then I'm gonna do something that says, okay, just let me be clear, make sure I understand you. On the one hand, you wanted to take a look at it because you were concerned about being proactive. And on the other hand, you're okay with it breaking. Tell me more. Because see, you've got a customer that was ambivalent, and now they're at no. And you got to take them back to that and let them rethink that. For instance, one day we had a guy that said, no, I don't want to change that humidifier pad. And the technician and I were walking out. I said, before I leave, I just want to make sure. Let me understand you. Your humidifier right now is not working because the water's not absorbing and it's just going through. And it's really wasting water, not working. Would it be a good idea for us to go downstairs and just cut the water off? Oh, no, let's go ahead and change the pad. See, he really didn't have a good understanding of what's going on. See, I'm not trying to tell him and advise him. I'm trying to get him to see the truth and let him see it again. It's reflecting back what you think they understood. This is a skill that's advanced, but techs can learn it.
Yeah, absolutely. Final thoughts.
Yes.
Quickly.
If you're running maintenance calls and you're not real happy with it, you're not making money, measure your conversion rate. Get in there, see what it is. Convert is we run maintenance. How many convert into proactive repairs? What percentage is that? And goodness gracious, Ruth, 50, 60, 70% conversion is not unusual. And the way that you get that is you're always bridging to something that you think, for instance, if you don't see any concerns, you bridge to something that would enhance the system.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So
Absolutely.
Even on these new systems, we go after these new systems and, they don't have surge protection. And, that's an enhancement. So why not bridge to that?
Yep. Absolutely.
Oh.
So, Roger, one last time, your phone number, please.
205-837-3643. Send me a text and we'll have a conversation.
Sounds great. Roger, thank you for being with us.
Thank you very much. I enjoyed it.
I did too. And thanks to all of you for joining us. Choose one thing that you discovered and implement it in your business. These ideas, tactics, and strategies help you make more money, have more free time, and give back. If you like today's program, spread the word. Please review this podcast on any device you're listening to it on. Help a fellow contractor make more money too. For comments or questions, call me at 770-729-0258 or email Ruth King at hvacchannel.tv. Thanks for listening. Have a great and profitable day.